Hi, today from Tbilisi in Georgia. Today I will tell you how to quickly increase your IQ by 80 points. How to do that, you will find out in a second. Just stay with me. See you. Hi again. So how to get more intelligent very quickly. How to gain IQ points pretty quickly. There is this saying that traveling educates. And I would say yes, traveling educates, but it makes you also smarter. It makes you wiser. It makes you more intelligent. Why is it that traveling makes you more intelligent and wiser? Because you gain different perspective. Every time, every country offers you a different perspective. And maybe you know a lecture by Alan Kay, who created Smalltalk, the programming language Smalltalk, and was instrumental to many inventions in the area of computer technology and, let's say, programming and generally IT. Extremely innovative guy. I don't know exact number of his patents, but he is generally very open source. So maybe that's not the major factor. But Alan Kay made many lectures, provided many lectures where he is talking about innovation, about about inventing new stuff, about creating new stuff. And this is actually his saying. His saying is that by changing perspective, you gain 80 points in your IQ. Of course, this is very poignant, and it doesn't need to be taken literally. Maybe you don't get 80 IQ points, but you certainly get some IQ points by changing your perspective. It is, for example, much easier to understand, let's say, your opponent or your enemy if you put yourself in his shoes, right? And you see it in many conflicts. As soon as you ask the questions, so what would you do in their place? What would you do if you were this person or this country? Then you suddenly understand much more about the conflict. You suddenly understand much more about the motivations and the reasons and the potential outcome and maybe impact of that conflict. That's why traveling makes you actually more intelligent, because you get these many perspectives from many different countries. And I give you one more example in business, right? You will just get much more options, much more ideas when you travel around and, for example, see how different banking systems work. I have been to 68 countries, and I lived long term in 4 countries, and I know banking systems as a customer, of course, but also partly as a business person from different areas of the world. I know the American banking system, I know the German banking system, the Polish banking system, the Arabic, the Emirati banking system, and also here I'm experiencing the Georgian banking system. And you see that each of them, every country, every industry, or let's say the industry in every country, they have different solutions for the same, so to say, challenges, or for the same goals. Generally, like the simple banking is about keeping and transferring money and moving money from one place to another, or one account to another, and operating money. And there are so many solutions in different countries and things just work differently, right? There is a lot about checks and cashing checks and so on in the Anglo-Saxon world, and so this way the banking system is maybe a little bit slower, and there are very innovative solutions in the, let's say, new democracies, or in these new banking systems that, for example, in Poland, like for example in Georgia, or maybe even in the Emirates. So this is how to quickly get more creative, find more solutions. Just change your perspective, and you can change your perspective, of course, in different ways, by reading literature from different sides of solving a problem. For example, if you are let's say considered about environment, climate change, read the books by Alex Epstein, for example, right? Fossil Future, or the moral case for future fuels, stuff like that. Or discuss with people who have different opinions, and try to understand their motivations, their views, and how they draw conclusions, and so on. So this is also a possibility of experiencing a different perspective. Then, of course, travels. What else? You can also use this change of perspective strategy in your business by, for example, testing the services and the products of your competitors, or by changing the perspective of your perception from business owner to, or maybe CEO, to the customer, right? Or maybe to your deliverer, supplier. So by testing your own products, by testing your own services, by putting yourself in the role of undercover customer, or putting yourself in the role of an undercover supplier who wants to supply or deal with your own company, and to see how your company performs on that level, how your employees serve that customer or maybe that supplier, and how they go about doing business with them. So perspective change. This is the way to quickly gain in your IQ. If you like this video, give me a thumb up. If not, of course, thumb down. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. One day they will thank you for that. I talk here a lot about business, about doing great, impossible things in your life, about how billionaires, how the best entrepreneurs in our world think and act. I talk also about economy, about money, about cryptocurrency. So if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.